I was just showing Sergey all of the ornaments that we spread out, and he said, it kind of looks like an ornament forest. And I was like, yes, that's the vibe I was going for. So I'm so happy he got it. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to be planting up some amaryllis bulbs and decorating our office for Christmas because there's nowhere else to decorate. As you can see, we are like in our future living room, dining room, and kitchen, but it's all under construction, and the office is really like the only somewhat finished space that we have to hang out in. So I wanted to deck it out. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I have some ideas. A lot of our Christmas decorations is in storage, but I did buy some new ornaments I wanted to put out to enjoy. So yeah, let's just jump right in. I'll give you the lay of the land, show you what our office looks like, and talk a little bit about some of the changes that we still have to make. Anyways, let me show you what everything looks like right now. Okay, so let me show you the office like when you're coming in. So our office is actually right outside of our laundry room, and they've completely redone the space too, but there's still a lot to do in here. They're changing out the garage door. Remember, our garage was converted into this room, the small room where we start our seats, but it's being used right now as a storage room. I'll show you that in a sec. And then we have like our furnace area, but they still have to come in and add a cabinet that's going to go here, and then cabinets that go across, and then there will be a, I don't know, there's going to be a top to go above the washer and the dryer. So this space is not complete yet. The door needs to be changed out. So there's still a lot to do in this space as well. But once you come into our office, this is kind of like my safe space, the only space that I can control the dust, which just construction dust, it drives me crazy. It's my like biggest pet peeve. That's why you'll probably see tape on my vents, because I absolutely don't want anything coming in here. Even though the vent is closed, I feel like it sneaks in. But anyways, our office still has quite a bit of work to be done. This is where I typically do our like dahlia dividing videos, our indoor videos right here. So I'm able to pull out my table. We are going to add, we might, I'm not sure, add shelving back here. We'll definitely hang this art right over here on this wall. On this wall, we will be putting shelving over here as well. Let me step back so you can see it. And then we have Sergey and my computer. We typically work from home for the most part. So he has his working area, I have mine. And then we just have the bathroom off to the side here. And then we have the plant room where you typically start seeds, but we're using it as storage right now because we're just running out of space. But we also want to add shelves to this base here, and maybe add like a little mini fridge somewhere so we can have our drinks in here. I do want to get this place set up for Christmas because it's where we spend most of our day. And so I have one of our little pencil trees here. This is an artificial tree. Our main tree is always a live tree, but this one is an artificial one. But I like it. I mean, I think pencil trees are really great to tuck into tight spaces, and you can do so much with them. The only thing that I've done to this tree so far is I fluffed it and I added extra lights to it because I think that will elevate the look of it even more. Because although a lot of trees come pre-lit, adding more lights just really takes your tree to the next level. And I typically use these lights for my trees, but I believe this is 100 feet and it would just be way too much for this little guy. So, but I will link these lights below. They are absolutely amazing. They're my favorite lights to use of all time. We got to get these signs out of here. This is actually all for the potting shed. And then these are just some of the new ornaments that I've picked out this year. I love ornaments. It's like, you know, people collect things. Everybody has like their own little niche. I love to collect ornaments, pottery. As you can tell, like I love these kind of cool pottery. These are actually from, I think they're vinegar pots from China, from what I was told. But I got those at a antique show. Love a good antique show. But these are just some like special ornaments I've picked up. And I know I go a little overboard sometimes, but again, it's like, you know, everybody has their own passion that they love. Well, this is like one of the things that I love to collect. This one I just recently got, and I think it's so cool, this grasshopper. Look at him. Isn't that so neat? So beautiful. I love unique ornaments like this. I love things that just look really different from your typical ornaments that you would see. So gnomes also, you know, I'm a sucker for gnomes. I decorate my whole house with gnomes. Christmas gnomes, I have a thing for them. I don't know what it is, but they just bring so much joy to my life. I picked up these trees also recently. These are from Home Goods. I always find some really great decorations for Christmas at Home Goods. So that's what these are. And I think these we can actually light up. Yeah, so we can light those up. I have a whole box of these trees somewhere, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get access to them. And then I have some tinsel. This tinsel tree here, I love tinsel so much. It just reminds me of like old Christmas. Next year I want to do a Christmas tree with just tinsel and lights. I think that's going to look so beautiful. I got these, and I actually got all of this at Target, but I found these and I actually like these better. I like these colors better. So I think we'll swap them out. And maybe, hold on, I don't want to have little hooks for these, but maybe I can just slide them into this. Ooh, what do you guys think? That'd be kind of fun. Maybe we'll deck out this tree and these other little ornaments. This birch tree is one of 6 that we have, and we typically use them outdoors to decorate, but because we're not putting anything outside really this year because of all of the chaos out there, I'm gonna leave it in here. Look at how pretty that looks. I love that. Anyways, I think we should just get started. We do have the amaryllis here. I gotta get my moss out. Lots of moss in here. So let me get some of the moss out and then we will pot them up and just see where this video goes. I gotta get this little thing out of here. This is for our security system. I'm not sure what it's for, but I know it's for that. So I gotta get that out of here and out of our way. So anyways, let's Okay, it's the next day. Yesterday it got a little bit late and I had to run out to run some errands. I came back and I quickly potted up the rest of the amaryllis, and I'll show you guys those in just a sec. There are a couple of things that I tried to do in here that didn't pan out, but there are a few more things that I want to add to our office just to make it a little bit more festive, again, for the holiday season and into the winter months, because there's like literally nothing to look at pretty up until springtime. So I wanted to just add a little bit more greenery in here. So we'll do that in another video, but I wanted to show you all of the great things we've done. I was just showing Sergey all of the ornaments that we spread out, and he said it kind of looks like an ornament forest. And I was like, yes, that's the vibe I was going for. So I'm so happy he got it. But anyways, let me get behind the camera and let me show you all of the things that we've done in this space. All right, doesn't it look so Christmassy in here? I love the way everything turned out. I definitely am looking forward to getting up every day and coming into this space. Oh, it's so much more festive than it was before. Let's talk about the Christmas tree first. I think this turned out super fun. I typically don't have a theme to our Christmas trees unless I'm decorating these pencil trees. Our normal tree is a life tree, and that's just with, it has all of our, like, my favorite ornaments on it. There's no theme to it. But this one, I wanted to kind of go with that silver white theme, and that's exactly what we did. I didn't do a topper, which I typically don't do on my trees. I think the little owls look so cute, just perched up there. The only color that I really added to the tree are these new pine cones that I recently picked up. They're just like very subtle, but they have like a little green hue to them. I also added this little bundle of pine cones that has a copper touch to it. And then of course the baby's breath, I think looks so fun. They are getting a little bit dry already, but you know what? It's gonna be totally fine. I still think they look pretty on the tree. They just add that little bit of whimsy. And again, you don't always have to use ornaments to decorate a Christmas tree. Using natural elements, I think, adds that like extra texture that your ornaments don't do for you. The other thing to remember is try to use ornaments of different shapes and sizes. I think that just adds a little bit more interest and contrast to your tree. So you can see we have some spheres, we have like pine cone shaped ones, we have these other pine cones. They're very different from the other ones, but I think it all just ties in. And for the skirt, I didn't really actually use a skirt. I used a faux matte fur that we don't use as a mat. I've always used it to drape over a chair or as a tree skirt like this. And then of course I brought out the squad, the Christmas gnome squad. I love gnomes. I mentioned it before, I'm such a freak when it comes to them. I don't love typical like regular gnomes, but Christmas gnomes, I don't know, they just do something for me. I love them so much. I also added a bunch of fresh magnolia branches. I always have fresh magnolia branches during the holidays, and I get them from our neighbor's tree. So again, adding more green to this space. I do think we need to add something on this corner and maybe some small little evergreen trees here. So we'll probably do that next. Again, I just added more touches of Christmas around the office. So these are all of the arrangements that we made, the Amaryllis arrangements. And I also have one right over there. I'm obviously gonna take these away from here because this is Sergey's desk, but for him, I'm going to leave this little one with the mushroom and then this vintage little ornament that I recently picked up. And then on my desk, I added this Amaryllis arrangement, and I have a little charm tree right here, which I really love, another little gnome, a couple of troublemakers over here just hanging out. And I also added Christmas gnomes to our this little corner here where we have some of our coffee table books. I love coffee table books. I use them again to decorate my entire house with them. And I think just adding them here makes this little corner really festive. I also managed to get this little nutcracker out of storage, and I added a little bit of berries to this cup. Super simple, but again, super effective. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about what my thought process with this branch process here. So I was going to hang this off of inside the closet and have ornaments hanging down. And I specifically wanted the beetles, but as I mentioned, they don't have the same little hooks. So some of them are like, the hooks are on the belly. So if I tried to hang it, it would be upside down instead of right side up. So what I think I'm going to do with this, I did add the moss and a little bit of the beads to it using hot glue. I think what I'm going to do is make snowflakes and hang off of that, which I think actually would look a little bit better anyway. I love the way this stick looks though, just by itself. Like this is kind of fun. I don't know what I would do with it, but like if I wasn't going to hang it, but that's something to consider. If you have a pile of sticks somewhere, you can add a little bit of moss to it, and then you can add little beads or ornaments. That would be really cute. But I think we'll do that for another project. But I think adding the snowflakes, the paper snowflakes, is going to be really, really pretty. So we've talked about amaryllises before in a separate video, which I will link down below for you guys if you haven't watched it, but that goes into a little bit more details of caring for amaryllis. But in general, once they are planted, they really are kind of low maintenance bulbs to take care of. And the first one here, this bowl does not have a drainage hole, and it's actually more of a decorative bowl. So what I did is I planted it in a plastic container and then added my decorations around it. With amaryllis bulbs, you do want to keep them tight against their container. You don't want to give them too much space because they don't like that. And planting depth is usually about 2/3 down, and then you leave about 1/3 of the bulb exposed. Again, you'll plant the bottom side, the flat side down, with the neck and the pointy side up. I kind of do it a little bit reverse on the planting depth. I actually leave more of the bulb exposed because I just think it looks pretty. I think it's something really pretty to look at, especially like this one over here where you see really that neck sticking out and the green on the bulb. I think that looks so gorgeous. So that's what I like to do. If you don't want to mess with amaryllises in soil, you can also grow them in water and rocks, which I've done before in our previous video. I'll show you that, and that also looks really beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the ornament forest, which honestly turned out way better than I anticipated. I'm so happy with all of the decorations we're able to put on this space. It looks so festive in here. It feels like a store almost, and I love going Christmas shopping, so this kind of makes sense why I'd make it look like a little retail front. I think it turned out really sweet. The moss just added that extra texture, and then I just laid out some pine cones, almost like when you go to a forest and you see fallen pine cones. I wanted it to have that feel, so no like rhyme or reason where I laid them. I just kind of laid them out sporadically. And then of course the mushrooms, another element of shapes and things that I love during Christmas are going to be mushrooms. I love this little red one right over there. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love mushrooms. So, and then we just added some of our little Christmas gnomes or gnome ornaments, more mushrooms, more pine cones, different textured pine cones. This really pretty big one here that I recently picked up. But again, I think it just looks very natural. We added some sheet moss and reindeer moss. I also added these little berries up here. I just cut it off of a stem of faux berries because everything looked really green. I think adding the little berries makes it a little bit lighter and brighter. We also used 4 different trees on either side. With Christmas, you can really get away with texture and color, and it just all flows together because it's very Christmassy. So we have the tinsel tree, the glass tree, we have the sparse faux tree, and then this fuller green tree here. I also added a couple of little birds. So one there's one tucked away over here, this little guy, and then there's one other bird right there. Let's see, right there. And then we have the fairy lights, which again, lights just really brighten up the space. We also have these faux candles, and these will stay on for 4 hours or 8 hours. So they do have a timer, which makes it super convenient. I added the picks in the back, these glitter picks, just to add again a little bit of shine back there. I've had those picks for years and I reuse them every year, repurpose them for different things. And if I turn off the light, there we go. It still looks really fun. It's not as bright, but at nighttime it looks so pretty when it's super dark outside and only like the Christmas tree and this area is lit up along with our birch. And then again, the Christmas tree. It just looks so pretty in here. I'm obsessed. I'm so happy. I didn't let the construction hold me back and enjoyed this holiday season because Christmas is my favorite time of year. With the birch tree, we just kept it super simple. I might just add a little burlap skirt to it to tidy these cords up a little bit here. But again, we used those little small ornaments. I didn't even have to use the hooks. I just slid them onto the little branches, but I think that looks really fun. Overall, I'm like so excited about this space. I love it so much. I'm excited to add a couple of more little elements and then again to hang this branch up here with some like paper snowflakes. So we'll do that another time, but oh, so much fun. I don't want to leave. I love it in here so much. All right, guys, well, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had so much fun getting this place ready for the holidays. We will be doing a couple of other videos with some holiday crafts, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you.